Okay, so you need to make sure that you have your color by numbers sheet, and I would definitely get out a whiteboard or another sheet of paper to do this. So we're going to do 3 of the problems together, and then you need to do this by yourself. So this is kind of like a multiple choice thing. When we do this, we're going to have 2 options for our answers that you see to the right. So for number 1, here's our equation, and our 2 options is answer 1 and answer 2. So if you don't get one of those 2 answers, you know you did something wrong, okay? The first thing we need to do is make sure that it's set equal to 0. If you look here, it's set equal to 4. So we need to get rid of that number by subtracting it. That's going to give us x squared plus 10x plus 9 equals 0. Now we're going to factor. So we're going to take our things here. We know that that's 9x squared. Sum has to be 10x. So what 2 numbers multiply to give us 9x squared but add to give us 10x? 1 and 9. So this is going to be x, 1 and 9. So I now have my factors, x plus 1 and x plus 9. So when I set those equal to 0, subtract 1, so one answer is -1, the other answer is -9. If you look at your paper, that's option blue. So that means every time that you see a 1 on the back side with a picture with a beach, every time you see a space with a 1, you're going to color it that color, light blue, because that was our answer. All right, so next we're going to skip to number 5. So number 5, we have x squared minus 5x plus 33 is equal to 7x minus 3. So we still need this equation set equal to 0, but now we have 2 things to get rid of. Now you have options. You can get rid of them one at a time, or you could get rid of them at the same time. So like if I wanted to move the 7x to the other side, I would subtract it. Find your like term over here, and so we're going to stack them. Here, how would I get rid of the -3? You would add 3, and I'm just going to add it to the like term over there. So that gives us x squared minus 12x plus 36 equals 0. Now that it's set equal to 0, we factor. So I need factors of 36x squared. That adds to give us -12. That's -6x and -6x. So if you look here, we have a square. X minus 6 and x minus 6 equals 0. So really, there's only one answer, and that answer is 6. So if we look on our sheet, we would leave all the spaces with a number 5 white. Let's do one more example together. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do number 12 together. So we have 9x squared minus 10x equals x squared plus 4x. So again, I want to set it equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and do this at the same time. So that's 8x squared minus 14x equals 0. So now I'm going to factor. Oh, I don't have a c term. So that's a 0. So that means I need a product of 0. So that has to be one side of 0. And the other side is just going to be that -14x. So that has to be a 0 here. And then we can do, really, you can do whatever you want. You can take out a 2 if you want. I'll go ahead and do that. And so we get 4x and -7. Now I didn't write the plus 0 because I don't really need it. So we have 2x equals 0 and 4x minus 7 equals 0. Well here, one of our answers is 0. For this one, you have to add 7, so we get 7 here, and divide by 4. So our answer here is going to be 7 over 4. And so those are our 2 answers for number 12, and so our answer choice is going to be light purple. So we're going to color anything with the number 12 with light purple. So you need to make sure you finish this before your test. This is going to be great practice for your test, which you guys have to take next week.